Not yet. After this is more meditation now. Again, so we lama rinpoche, dagi shiro opinion 가진 전부 끝내 지서 구순 투지 우르 사도소 Right then. I hope you're all rested and with a fresh mind, a fresh heart. We're talking about heart, the relationship between heart and mind this morning, which is very, very nice. So I'll try and refer to our mind as hearts as much as possible to remind ourselves, so we're not too much up in here. So we're going to, as I mentioned yesterday, we're going to do some kind of meditation exercises or exercises with the mind. Of course, not with the heart, the bumping heart, but it still comes from the center of ourself, our mind, rather than just thinking about these things. You know, we're feeling them. We have a sense of them, a confidence. Just as I talked yesterday about visualization, how we visualize, we're not thinking about it, we just know whatever we're perceiving is there. You know, have this feeling. So these meditations techniques I learned from Siddha Rinpoche, and this was on a course talking about the limitless nature of mind, and to help us expand our minds, not only outwards but inwards. Can we say expand inwards to get smaller and smaller and smaller?
So condensing.
Condense the mind, yes. There's that very old short film, it must have been made in the late 60s, early 70s, To the Power of 10. Does anyone know this? Extraordinarily small film. And it starts off with two people, above two people lying on their picnic blankets. And it moves, so this size of them on their picnic is one. So it pans out 10 times from their picnic basket, you know, picnic cloth. So 10 times outwards. So you see the field that they're lying in. You know, so they're just this little postage stamp in the field. And then it comes out 10 times again. So 10 times that, 10 times. So it's really starting to whoop out there. And you see the park that they're sitting in, the city, and then it goes 10 times again. Then you see it's one of the states in America, and then 10 times again you see it's the planet, and 10 times again, and then you're going out through our solar system, and it goes out and out and out. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger, you know, incredible. And then you're out there sort of in this infinity. It's beautifully illustrated. And then all of a sudden it comes back again, back again, back again, back again, back again, all the way down to the... But then what it does, it starts to go to the power of 10 inwards. And it goes in, and I think it goes to the palm of his hand. He's lying there with his hand like that. And it goes into the palm of the hand, and it gets smaller and smaller. And he talks about the atoms and the, what are they called, the smaller than atoms and all these sort of things. And then it got to the point where there's all this space between. It was just... it looked just the same as going through space again, but going the other way. So it's just as spacious. Just as spacious. Yeah, by the power of 10. It's the guy who invented who's designed the Eames chairs. Eames. You know Eames? Eames is a very famous designer in the late 60s. Or maybe he started earlier, 50s and 60s. So it's these very nice chairs, leather chairs that you can recline back on, and it had a separate leather poufette thing that could twizzle around. You know, they're all very sought after. Oh yes, he was the first person, I believe, to mould wooden plywood like this, but steam mould it as the shape of the chair. You know, you have your 4 little legs sticking out, this very 60s way of doing it. So Eames. So you'll find him from that.
E-M or I-N?
I'm not sure how it's spelled. My spelling's terrible. The Eames, yeah. To the power of 10. If you put that in Google search, it's bound to be on YouTube.
Brilliant. That's something to do next time.
Okay.
So that's the sort of thing we're going to do in the meditation. But we start with ourselves, we start with here. So when I say expand your mind, it's not like you're thinking of your thoughts getting big or anything like that. It's occupying the space. You know, you're being aware of the space. Just as I said yesterday, we have, you're aware when we meditate, we have our awareness, which is very much from the heart, rather than just analysing, thinking about it, awareness of our body, the space of our body, and aware of the space of the room. And aware of that there is this land outside of the room and the blue sky. You know, you can increase your awareness to feel all of this. Because of course, we're very much, as human beings, we're very much lulled into this sense of habit and security in the head, not just because we're told we think here, but we see here, we hear, we smell, we taste. Most of our sense faculties are all happening here, and this body's dangling down below. So many of us we don't relate to our feet because they're the furthest away from here. Yeah, they're right down there. And they do this dirty work, they tromp around, and they get smelly sometimes, and they get dirty because they're tromping around in the dirt, they need washing. So they're a bit disregarded. And of course in India, the culture in India, your feet are, the same as Tibet as well. It's the dirty end of your body, you don't point your feet at the shrine. You wash your feet of your master, or you wash your feet before you come to a home. Same for Muslim as well, isn't it? They wash their feet. But I say, make friends with your feet. Make friends with your feet. They are part of you. Love your feet. See, love your feet day. No, I remember the point when I started loving my feet. I remember the point actually when I was a toddler. I could hardly walk properly. I just started toddling from crawling, and I sat there, and my 2 little fat chubby legs were sticking out in front of me like that. And I looked at them, and I suddenly realised, oh, those are my legs.
That's mine.
Yeah, and I went, with one leg, with the other. In your own little feet, Well, I mean, when you're a baby, it's a process, a birth of awareness, isn't it? You become aware of this, your eyes start working, awareness of this, it's all new and fresh. It's lovely, actually. It's a bit frustrating. For me it was, which I'll explain later. Champagne's heard the story many times, but this one, my feet. Now then, they became a problem, because I had 2 feet, and one of them was better than the other. One leg was better than the other.
Really, at that age?
Yeah, even at that age, I had, preference. The trouble started even then. And then, I don't know when it was, a few days later, you know, I was looking at my legs again, and I thought to myself, well, this is really stupid. I don't think I used quite that language, you know,
Yeah.
but, you know,
You recognised something was wrong.
I recognised, actually, it's not good, you know. What about the other one? Bill and Ben, I think I called them. What about Ben? I like Ben better now, you know, so it's not fair to leave that one out. So I'm going to focus on Ben's better for a while. And then after a few more days, and I thought, this is not good at all. They're both equal. You know, I like them both, you know. And I've got to, you know, they've got to do what I want them to do. So I don't want one liking me more and doing something better than the other one. All this, you know, it's all this
I bet nobody guessed that's what you were thinking at that age.
I remember it distinctly. Yeah.
That's really funny.
I know. So yes. So, you know, this awareness, you know, self-awareness, but self-awareness without, you know, having attachments and discrimination and likes and preference and all that sort of thing. And that's, of course, what we do in the meditation, isn't it? It is, but with our own thoughts. And not only with our own thoughts, because we can get thoughts a bit heady, you know. We need to feel the space that we're in. Meditation is about awareness, so it's not just about what's going on in your mind, because that gets very heady then. Awareness is what's happening to your body, you know. When we have, most of the time we'll have some sort of discomfort in the body when we're sitting practicing meditation, isn't it? You know, our back's hurting, or, you know, oh no, my leg's gone to sleep again, you know. Am I going to get chronic pins and needles when I try and stand up? Will I be able to stand up? Am I just going to collapse to the floor again? I've seen that happen before. Someone goes on the floor because their leg didn't work. You know. So you've got all this stuff going on. So you have to embrace that, just as you embrace and accept conflicting emotions in the mind. You know, thoughts that keep coming up. You know, we just have to see them for what they are. And not to get attached to them, and it's the same for the body in a physical form, and then the room around us, you know, that perhaps somebody 2 lines back is, oh, they're fidgeting again, you know, you have an opinion or whatever. That's what I love meditating in a group, because we're all on best behaviour, or should be. It's true, isn't it? If you're by yourself, it's like, you know, but when you're in the group, you're on best behaviour. So that's why meditation in the group works. It's not just because we have this lovely unity, we're all doing the same thing together, and that's a fantastic celebration for us all. There's a power in that, isn't there, that we're all meditating together. It gives us strength. It is a discipline as well. We're disciplined to be better behaved. So be aware. Any discomfort in the body, you know, just it's just it is, you know. Just as you know, I have a really painful shoulder at the moment, and it's painful when I meditate. But if I don't focus on it, if I just accept it, and not thinking all the time, oh, I've got a bad shoulder, oh, my shoulder's hurting, oh, I must be sitting wonky, you know, reveling in it, and I just thought, oh, it's just a shoulder hurt, you know, that doesn't matter. Actually, the pain just goes away. I don't notice it anymore. Really funny. Tension, you know. Don't keep focusing on the tension, thinking, oh, I'm tense, I shouldn't be tense, because that's wanting something, isn't it? It's just tense, so what? You know, and you accept it, and it sort of dissipates. The tension may still be there, but it doesn't worry you. It doesn't involve you. Then your own body in the meditation, then you're, you know, as I started saying, the surroundings, people around you, the room. You can hear, you become incredibly sensitive in meditation, don't you? If you're not becoming incredibly sensitive, then your meditation is probably quite dull. You know, it's not supposed to be this woolly, cocooned comfort, is it? I mean, it's quite nice to be like that, but, you know, it's just like, this nice snuggly cocoon comfort of meditation, and you don't even know what's going on in the world, you know, you just sort of like, yeah, big fluffy ball of, you know, cotton or something. So, yeah, your awareness is very heightened all at the same time. You know, there's our favourite new word, there's this totality about everything. You know, totality about yourself, your environment, the awareness, the noises you hear, the birds outside. You know. But the trick is, of course, is when you do hear a bird outside, you don't have to think, or you shouldn't really think, oh, that's so beautiful, you know, or oh, that's a, you know, that's a sparrow cheeping away, a cuckoo, yeah. Or you know, you hear the car in the distance going on the road. You know, is that the postman? You know, and then it leads to another thought. You know, oh, it maybe have that letter I'm waiting for, or you know, and you're off. You know, it should be. You know, it's just a car. It's just a noise. You know, you don't grasp onto it. And then similarly, in a similar way, it's the same when we do in the Enzo, the creativity. You know, we shouldn't be trying too hard to do it. I've been pushing you to try quite a lot, but today we're going to let go of that. And hopefully with a fresher mind, it may be a little, your experience may be a little different. But if it's exactly the same as yesterday, that doesn't matter. That's just the way it is. Okay. So I'll kind of talk through the meditation a little. So I think first of all, we'll just initially become calm within ourselves. And then, after we've calmed, I'll just talk our way through guided meditation. So, with our eyes closed, be aware from the center of your heart, not the pounding, bumping heart, but the center of our being, the heart chakra. Now expand your awareness to the body. Be aware of your knees, to the shoulders, to your elbows, to the very top, the crown of the head. Now expand your awareness to the room, filling the room, the width of the walls to the ceiling, to the front and the back. Feel the space. As if the walls and the ceiling dissolve, bring your awareness to the outside, to the garden and surrounding buildings, to the tops of the trees. Be aware of the surrounding fields. Now move your awareness further higher, further up to the sky, and be aware of the whole of the county, this peninsula of North Wales, Anglesey, and the far-reaching sea. Mountains look small. And you can see Ireland and the rest of Wales as far as England. Now expand your awareness more to see the whole of the British Isles in relation to Europe. Move further away to see Sweden, all of Europe. Now you can start to see the outer edge of the globe. The surrounding dark, dark space. Beware of the moon and the distant stars. Mother Earth becoming smaller as you expand your mind more, filling the space. The other planets of our solar system. Be aware of the stars around us. Some of them are other galaxies. Expand your mind, your awareness so great so you can see our own galaxy. Feel that vastness of space. Each small galaxy, our own galaxy, one of each of these small galaxies. Be aware of space itself. Be that space, inseparable. Rest in that space. Now a little more quickly, gather your mind, gather yourself, your awareness, back towards planet Earth. Our realm getting smaller again. Yet at the same time, we're still aware that there's limitless space. Be aware of the planet. Mother Earth, blueness, land masses, clouds, and you recognize the island of Britain and Wales, Northwest Wales. You see the fields and the trees. Recognize the land. To this little complex of buildings. Bring your awareness back into the room. Back to your body, to our heart center. Gather the awareness to the heart center. Imagine the mind, your awareness as a sphere of light in the heart center, a small sphere of shining bright light. From the size of an orange, and bring it down to the size of a pea. Now move your awareness, this small sphere of light, down your body, out through the bottom, past the carpet and what would be concrete below us, and deep into the earth. Move down deeper and deeper to the center of the earth. Your awareness becoming smaller and smaller, until it's as small as an atom with all the other countless atoms that make up the earth. Be aware of the space between the atoms. Vast space. And rest in that space. Now, at one with the earth, gather yourself and more quickly return back to the surface. Sphere of light, bright, enlarging in size, back into your body, to your heart center. And a warm glow fills the body. Aware at the same time of the vastness, the limitless space above us and down to the smallest atoms of space around us. So a bit of an adventure really, a bit of a trip in more ways than one. So I'm sure you must have done similar things to this. There's very similar exercises, aren't there? But for many of us, you know, we get so lulled into this sense of self and just in our head. It's very used to expand, completely expand and completely contract. But actually when you contract down to nothing and all this space, it's just the same as the vast space. There's no difference between two, which is quite interesting to play with that, to realise that actually. It's all relative, isn't it? Yeah. How does that fit with the Shenton? That's the key question.
What is it that we're conceptualising?
It is a conceptualising,
Yeah,
yes.
but the Shenton would be what it is that we're conceptualising.
Yes.
But before the concept, because otherwise if you said that concept, it would be pointing at something. What it's pointing at is the Shenton.
Yes.
And then our interpretation of that is actually more the Ranton. We've made a kind of form of it, and then if you don't attach to the, we've made a representation of it, and then if you don't attach to the representation, you know, if you just, it's taken you more into what's really there by using the imagination to kind of get to that, and then you drop the representation, and then you immediately you've grasped another idea.
Another one.
And so, you know, playing with it more
Yeah.
kind of breaks up the other idea that's now this idea of, oh, you know, it's vast, but actually it's kind of got some kind of limit somewhere, fuzzy edge somewhere.
Yeah, it's a fuzzy edge because our mind is
Because
incapable.
We're still representing it.
We're still representing
But
it.
what you're representing doesn't have any limit.
Exactly, yeah.
And then because the mind immediately then makes another concept, then you can play another game with it to
play
break it
another
up
game,
again. Like that the point is small.
Yes.
That's a representation because a point has no dimensions. But we represent it to ourselves as small, don't we? So then, like, going into it, and it's, you know, it helps to break that up, and you might let go then again.
And we're all off, and then all of a sudden you finish, and then you're back in your room again. You never left the room in the first place, anyway. You know. But it's really an exercise just to expand your awareness. That's all. You know, and to show, to demonstrate that the mind is limitless in your imagination as well. It says quite a lot. It's also used in different ways for people who tend to be depressed. So we always go upwards, you know, or somebody's too much lung and everything. You take yourself down. It's used actually to help balance yourself. But the important thing is that you always return back to yourself again. You don't want to jump up and you've left yourself somewhere in the centre of the earth, part of you. You know, of course, it's not literally like that, but it might have a psychological effect on you. Part of you still down there somewhere. You know, so it's good to bring yourself back. You know, because we are the centre of our own universes, aren't we? Our own mandalas, and in this you know. Union, you know, together in one mandala, in this mandala of the Awakened Heart Sangha. People, yeah. People. Somebody guided me through this who's one of those rare people who have the ability to see your visualization.
Oh,
It's quite extraordinary. And you know, I move very quickly. I can be completely out of space and come whoosh back to myself really quick. And I got told off. I said, "Slow down, Tashi, you." I thought, how could you see that?
how can you see someone else's mind? How can
Yeah,
how can a mind be an object of someone else's mind? That's in the
They're seeing a reflection of their own. They're not seeing the other person's mind. They're seeing a reflection.
That's
Yeah,
what
they are,
Dhammadhatu divided, isn't it?
Yeah,
Dhammadhatu. But it's a very interesting question.
it is a very, you know, and we're all separate, but we're not separate.
Distinct but not separate.
Yeah.